Alright, hello from Roto Garage. I'm on a coffee break. I was also instructed to try to do some video. And working on the King Toad. I know she started editing a video of the radiator stuff and grill. I gave her a small clip of doing a CAD of the shroud. This car will have to have a shroud. It's too much distance between the radiator and the fan. And also I'm trying not to run an electric fan. I would like to not run an electric fan. And will I have to? Also may come down to that. I might need to. I don't know. If I do, I'll probably put one in front of the radiator and spend the extra money for a pretty good pusher. Lee Lagasse from Wrecking Crew did kind of a fan comparison, electric fan comparison, and I probably will get one of the big honking blower ones that if I need it. Yeah, if you haven't followed the Wrecking Crew, it's somewhere, it's a local club around here, down in Florida. Also, if you hear that noise, somebody asked about that noise in the background. It sounds like a tractor running. Well, there could be a tractor running, but it ain't today. The fan is going, and we are in Florida. We are burgeoning into our summer and springtime. For those that still got snow on the ground, I feel for you. And I don't know what to tell you. Should be heading south for the winter, maybe. I don't know. Always remember there's other Souths. You don't have to come to Florida. South Texas, South New Mexico. I hear South New Mexico is very beautiful. A little bit of sarcasm there. I don't know. Maybe if you like the desert. We kind of live in a desert here in Citrus County, Florida. Our area is not, I would say, what people think of Florida as swampy. We are far from swampy. I've lived here, well, 1980, so 40 plus years, and it's fairly arid. I mean, not arid as in like Odessa, Texas, or parts of South New Mexico, but very arid. Only thing keeps stuff growing around here is the humidity is like 80% or plus. So what I'm doing today is I'm trying to get stuff set up. I'm getting ready. I think I've roughed in everything in the front. Now I'm doing the front of the motor stuff, so how it interacts with the grill, and like stuff like the fan and the fan shroud, the hoses, how I run my hoses to the radiator. I'm using a 33-34 radiator. I think I explained that before because it was slightly larger than the 28-29s. And also it had a larger tank up top, which I liked. And it kind of gave itself to a little bit more tilt than the 30-31s. Not that you couldn't use them. In the old days, we used to take cross flows and turn them on their sides and have the radiator guy redo the necks. In fact, the guy we had locally, of course he's probably gone by now, was him and his dad were awesome and just whizzes on radiators. And for us, our auditor's a pretty reasonable guy. We're trying to get it done. Because usually walkers were way out of our price range. Yeah, they work and they work well when you get one. Or you get lucky enough to find a used one or something, someone's scrapping out, or didn't use it in their project and wanna pass it on, but most of the time we had to adapt the radiators to the grill shells, or the grill shell to the radiator. Yeah, let's see what else I got. Well, that's about it as far as talking. I'm thinking about doing a live, if there's people that have questions. I also want to reiterate that I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I mean, just show them to go out there in the garage and have fun and do something. And most of the time it's just trying and getting it done. Do it together. Because if you don't start it, you'll never get it done. And so far I haven't found those little lazy little elves that come out here and do the shit for you. And I don't have pockets deep enough to have somebody do it for me, or groups of people to do it for me. I don't have an upholstery guy, I don't have a paint guy, I don't have obviously I don't have a welding guy. And I don't really need it. I mean, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And mostly I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it, so. I got my co-builder, she keeps me on track. She wears many hats. And let's see. Yeah, but thinking about doing a live, so if there's, and I do this again, that's what I was talking about, what I do this for is mainly for friends and family and stuff that see how the King Toad's doing, also they can see if they're wondering how we're doing. And that's fine. And see what we're up to today, all this new technology and stuff, I mean, that's, why not use it for the good in your life versus seeing all the bad. In fact, some days I think people find stuff to make stuff bad for them. Life's tough enough, it always has been tough. Without digging something up to make it harder on yourself. What else? That's about it. I'm gonna show you some of the stuff I'm whacking on. I had to, and that's where designing this thing and doing the shroud and stuff has to be done now, because there's issues that you'll run into. You don't want to do something, finish it, get there, do something else, and say, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have did it that way, let's take it apart and do it again. I don't like re-stepping on my tracks where I've been, so try to, again, you find your end point, you find your beginning point, try to meet in the middle there. Working together. So that's why we're doing kind of multiple things all at once. If you're good at multitasking, this will be right up your alley. Guide stuff right on in until you get it. And then hopefully you got it good enough that then it's only minor iterations and stuff that can be done. Because we got two processes here. We have the assembly, or creation and assembly process, which we're in right now. And then we have the tear down and redo process. Or I shouldn't say redo. It would be bring it closer to finished process. And depending on where you're going with a rat rod, some days I don't know some people's definitions of rat rods, and I don't worry about it. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You call it what you want. But anyway, this car, all these welds and stuff will be smoothed out. Now, if you're somehow expecting it to be glass steel and what they show and do, and I don't know. A lot of this stuff I think is, uh, it's how they want to build their car, and that's fine. It's the way it should be. You're the dude doing it, or gal, person doing it. Do it. Don't listen to what box they try to. I mean, the Chevrolet was a something I was trying to be original with and do different stuff. And also, it was for my wife because we had a '69 Nova with a Cadillac motor in it, with the 472 Cadillac, and this was two birds with one stone. It was what I had to build off, and we had that '73 truck with the bottom gone. It was going to take a lot to redo the bottom because all the body mounts and stuff like that were gone. Of course, and it's typical for here in Florida. If it was down on the ground or anything close to the ground down here, the bottoms are gone. And typically, too, the sun cooks the top, and then it makes a hole, and then the bottom really goes. So we were putting that car together, and the build-off. I had the car, and I had acquired a motor for her, thinking that maybe I might do another build-off. And then the build-off came up, and what to do, and I said, well, maybe we'll put it in the truck. But when they set a budget of $5,000, it's not going to be floorboards and stuff of that nature. You're not going to buy all that stuff to try to restore or even resto mod it for that type of budget. And we did quite a bit for that budget. But in starting it and for the build off, it was going to be just a rat rotted C10 pickup truck, which to me was, you know, nothing original, nothing new. And also, what came about was how to make it different. And in talking with her and the direction I wanted to go, and some pictures or drawings, is how we came up with the Chevrolet, which I think it garners a lot of attention when it's out. I mean, I can't describe it. It's just it also a lot of comments too. Like, what were you drinking or what were you smoking? And which I also often tell people a lot of times that it really just came from having discussions with my dad when we were getting Model A bodies, and of course it was the next Model A was always more difficult than the last one we got. I mean, and those bodies were also going up in prices. So we were even considering, which I don't know, you haven't seen the project yet, called the Load. It's a Woody Model A Toad, another Toad project, and is whether or not if we can just build a car from Cal, which you can do just a 33.1 Cal, which those seem to be out there and somewhat reasonable, but a decent body is far and few between. And if you can afford to go out and buy a new body, well, they're out there. And do what you want to do. But that's how that project came about, Chevrolet, and was taking it to be similar to what you would have a Model A-ish or Chevrolet-ish Model C, called it, and type of body out of a C10 truck. So that's why it has a pointed nose, and the back lifts up like a trunk lid. That's all that. It's spurred that. It was watching nobody or doing anything. I didn't fire up the AI. And there's a lot of stuff to it that's knick-knackish and stuff we had fun with. And the door panels, the Milwaukee battery powered electric windows, a lot of stuff that most people don't see, don't catch, very seldom. The Duncan Yo-Yo light switch and shift indicator, cereal box toy looking stuff on the cereal box or the shift indicator that people don't catch. Back of the cab is LP record covers. Some of our Johnny Cash and Kenny Rogers on the transmission tunnel. So our dome light is a rainforest canopy taped to the ceiling. Nobody catches that one either. The gas gauge is on the fuel tank, and so in order to see the gas gauge, I needed some way of looking underneath the back trunk. So we put a portal hole in there. That's how you see the gas gauge. You gotta open the trunk and look through the portal. You can see the gas gauge. But all little kitschy stuff on there that a lot of detail. Oil drum, fender wheels, which is an old fender wheel trick. Using drum tin, really, metal. Also the beaded in ribs just become stiffeners on it. They were just always really, really good to do tubs. Provided the metal was decent enough to do it. Cross spring front end. Radius arms, and hairpins, all stuff that we've done on a lot of our street rods, just like this one. These hairpins here are a little different. Much larger. Which this is supposed to be a little bit more tougher, a little bit more durable. Which, I don't know, hopefully maybe one of these days you'll see why. But I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to let you see the grill stuff, not much there. Take you out of the holder. So that's the tube that I'm building. It's got a very narrow clearance area, and then it has to come up through the shroud and then pop down back in out of the shroud. Those are one of the things. The nuts have to be welded to the bracket so the bolts can be put in from the outside. That's a requirement. This cap here, I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it. It may be just another filling spot. Oops. Had a slight pause there. The cap I was talking about may be just a filling spot to put water in. I may have to do a taller cap over here so it doesn't get airlocked. And then we have the cadated shroud. So what that does is it lets me get the size and the dimensions, some of the reliefs. This is steering right here, and this is the radiator hose, which will have to be routed back up. And then it's going to probably tuck down right back here, and hopefully the loop will be uninterrupted. And then that should help draw as much air through it as we can through the front here. But you don't see the fins because I got a protective cover on it right now. And that's pretty much the Toad right now, King Toad. So y'all have a good day. I'll probably be back on later. Remember what I say, don't do what I do. Go out there and do you. Go out in the garage, have fun. God bless, and hey, Toad out.